I'm live. Yes. Well, welcome to DeWitt 3D. My name is Tim. I had a couple other plans this week, but they didn't quite go as I'd hoped. But not a big deal. So I'm going to do something a little different. I thought I'd pop on here Friday night, 9 o'clock my time. I didn't see anybody else streaming, so I thought I'd pop on here and just do what could be a quick little stream, I hope. I'm going to do some surgery on my Prusa Mini. A few weeks back, I had an issue with the Prusa Mini. I was getting a thermal error, etc. Anyways, I was on the live chat one late evening with the fine folks from Prusa, and we ran through a few diagnostics and so forth. Turns out that I needed a new hot end thermistor. That was turns out what the issue was based on some readings on the multimeter, etc. So that night or the next day, they rush couriered me out a new hot end thermistor, and within 3 days of that online little troubleshooting session, I had my new thermistor, and that was a couple weeks back. So, and I've had a few things going on since then, so I thought I would just pop on tonight and do a little surgery on the Prusa. So I had originally planned this week to do part 2 of the rep box from Repcord. Turns out that I was missing a piece. The acrylic panel, that is the clear acrylic panel that goes on the front of the lid of the box, was not included in the package that came to me. So not a big deal, because I spoke to Pooch this week, and he was quite apologetic about that, and there was a little issue with a little cutting error on one of the pieces, and he's going to send me some new stuff out. So no rush on that. So as soon as that stuff gets to me, I will continue the build of the rep box, and in the meantime I just thought I'd fill some time with fixing up the Prusa. So anyways, I've got my tools ready, the recommended tools that they've said to use. I've got the guide open on my screen. I'm going to see if I can split this into a separate screen so that I can keep an eye on the chat as well, if anybody is on and decides they would like to chat. Let me just organize my windows here, and then I'll get going on this little repair. Here we go. Whoops. I'm still getting used to these windows. There we are. Let me get this bottle of water out of the way over here somewhere. I'm still getting used to these windows and how they work, because I can't actually... There we go, side by side. This big monitor I have over to the side here is new, and I'm a Mac user, not Windows, and so I'm just getting used to how these windows arrange themselves. So hang on 1 second for me here. There we go. I just had a little interruption there. That's what happens on live streams. So okay. So let me continue here. Let me check one thing. This window is in my way here. Let me see if I can actually see. I don't think I can actually see the chat on this window. No, that's okay. I'll figure this out, no problem here. I'll get her all figured out here. Nah, that's not what I wanted again. There we go. You there, and you there. There we go. Hey, Paul, how you doing tonight? Hope you've had a great week. It's been a good week out here so far. So let's get to it. First step is to get the right tools ready, which I have. Preparing the printer. Make sure the printer is all cooled down, yada yada. We're going to take the bed off the printer and cover the heat plate with a cloth, which is a smart move. We will protect it in case there's any parts or screws falling. And I have a furry visitor coming to see me. Okay. Next up is opening the box with the electronics. Well, I've got, actually I'm going to switch camera views for you here and I'll keep an eye on the chat at the same time. Let's see, there we go. Let's see how this goes. So I've already got the box open because we opened the box when I was doing the diagnostics with the Prusa folks. So I've already got this box opened, and I didn't bother closing it because I knew I was going to have to get in here. So, and I've already got the next step done, which is to undo the thermistor wire because we had to check the resistance of this wire, and that's how they determined that it was the hot end thermistor that was the issue. Oh, hey Daniel. Oh no, you didn't, did you? Wow. Been there, done that. So you had surgery today. I think this is going to be a little less painful surgery, I hope. So I hope you get feeling better pretty quick with that. Okay. Let's do this. So we got to lift this out. Disconnect the thermistor red black cable from the buddy board. Note there is a security latch on the connector. You have to press it first. So that's already done. That is already open. Okay. Now, new design versus old design. Okay, there are two designs of the printhead cable bundle guidance. So we got to look at the printhead cable bundle guidance here. Okay. I see. Old design. So this is the old design, I guess, and the new design, it looks like it has zip ties around there versus this. Okay. Let's see. So we're looking at the old design. Before you start, please check whether you have the Mini's new design, zip tie, no, old design, removing the textile sleeve, old design, there we go. I'll slip down here to removing the textile sleeve, old design. Oh, I gotta scroll right down. Way down till I find old design, I suppose. Holy cow. There we are. Cut off the first zip tie on the printhead. Avoid cutting the fan cable. That's probably not a bad idea. There is no zip tie on the printhead though. Okay, that's a real old design. So this is confusing me. Hold on, maybe this is... I think they got this mixed up here. Let's see. Let's see. Anyways. Either way, I've got to release this cable bundle. So, let's find our appropriate Allen wrench. I'll undo this one. My hand's right in the way of that camera. The camera's pretty dark. Let's see if I can get a better view of this. That might be a little better there. Anyways, we're popping this screw out here. And let me move this so you guys can maybe get a better view of this. You don't need to see me as big. There we go. Set that screw aside there. We'll pop that cable retainer off. Wow, yeah, they got this little mixed up because they talk about, anyways. Okay, so we just gotta cut some zip ties off here. Where's my side cutters? Right here. One. Just realize you can't see what I'm doing here. There's just 3 zip ties along here holding the cabling up into the extruder housing here. Okay, so that releases the cable housing there. Okay. Okay. Let's see. Release the screw on the Midna clip. Okay, Midna clip. It's this one. There we go. Let's move this over this way so I can. There we go. Trying to keep this on camera so everybody can see what I'm doing here as well. Wow, and this screen keeps getting in the way. There we go. Let's get this in here. There we go. Going to remove the mid and the sensor. Okay. Hey Henry, Travis, Maker Viking Shane. Make the Maker Tater. How you doing, guys? Just started my surgery on the Mini, replacing the hot end thermistor. So, yeah. Hey Tron, how you doing? Thanks for popping in, guys. I'm gonna actually go to the bigger camera here. This little one's annoying me, so I'm gonna go to this view, and then you can do a little close up with this little camera. So, yeah. So we're just in the midst of getting the hot end off of here so I can replace the thermistor. Remove the Midna holder. Let's see. Okay, so I'm going to take this other back screw off. All this for a thermistor, huh? Wow. And then one more screw for the Midna holder. Here, let's bring this around this way on the bottom one here. There we go. This is the first time I've had to do any, I won't call this major, they call it moderate. That's a long screw. This is the first time I've had to take the Mini apart in any ways to get at anything, so. Hey Dan, how you doing? Oh, you were streaming. Oh, I'm sorry, Dan. Well, you can still stream. I mean, I'm, you know, I'm just, I was streaming because nobody else was on, and I thought I'll just stream my repair of the Prusa Mini. Oh, man, I apologize, man. I didn't realize. I checked to see if anybody was streaming, and I didn't see anybody streaming, so. Okay. Let's see now. Okay, we got the Midna holder off. Now we're going to loosen the smallest silver grub screw on the bottom side of the heat brake to release the thermistor. Okay. Smallest grub screw on the bottom side. So that is going to be, oh man, that's dirty. Huh. Let's hope that that's filament in there is not going to hinder me. Let's see, that's going to be a tiny, tiny guy. That's probably too big. Yeah, let's see if I can't. Wow. Okay. Jerry, hi. Yeah, surgery on a Mini. Okay. Just gotta release this little grub screw. Oh, there we go. Good, it fits. But it's tight. Hopefully that's loose enough. Okay, I gotta push the thermistor out. There's the thermistor. Okay, oh, and that's right. Skipped a step. I gotta take this cabling right, this sheathing, cable sheathing right off. And expose all the Mini's innards. Wow. It's like I'm pulling its guts out. I feel like its intestines are spilling out all over my desk and my hands. Ah! I feel so evil. Ah! Okay, sorry. Okay. Now we gotta find. Here's our thermistor. Let's feed it down out of here in a sort of a nice, easy, simple way. Like threading a needle. Oh, of course. You would have to be wrapped around another wire like that, wouldn't you? Huh. So when this was built, oh no, hang on, maybe, hang on. Here we go. Ah, so it's wrapped around another wire, that's alright. I can just cut this off. There we go. Old thermistor gone. I hate throwing that out, but I guess I don't need it. Now find the new thermistor. I do have a new thermistor. There we go. Fresh from the Prusa plant. And I need some zip ties. Here we go. Okay. So we're going to feed the thermistor right back into the hot end. Oh, look at this mess. What a mess. I've never seen my Mini so vulnerable and naked. Okay. Okie dokie. So they want me to make sure that I can see the tip of the thermistor from the other side, which I can. Yep. There we go. And tighten the grub screw. Man, that is one tiny screw. There we go. Could not find the hole. No jokes. Hey Mark, how you doing tonight? Hey Paul, the thermistor on the MK3 clone was covered in PLA. No, this one's pretty good. Do not over tighten, you may damage the thermistor. There we go, now they tell me. No, I knew that. Okay. Mounting the Midna holder, old design. Well, they want me to, well, I guess I better I'm assuming that they know that I pretty much know to run the wire and plug it in. But anyways, we'll just do that after. We'll get the Midna holder back in. Graduated to bifocals. Well, it depends what you consider blind. I wear contact lenses and reading glasses, so I don't know if it gets much blinder than that. But, so this went, okay, let's see. In here, also the second screw for the fan. Oh, I think I pinched. Hang on. There, that's better. Don't want to pinch a hot end wire. Might as well tension the belt a bit while I'm here. Not bad. You are blind. Okay. Now I'm assuming. I'm never going to assume nothing. Two to three threads above the Midna holder, so it's I was wondering how I was going to get this back in the right spot, but 2 or 3 threads above it. Okay, there's 3 threads. Works for me. So I was telling guys earlier that this week, tonight might have been a part 2 of the building of the rep box, but there was a issue. There was a piece missing. Kind of a critical piece, but not a big deal. I spoke to Pooch today and emailed him, and he's going to send me out the replacement piece, as well as a replacement for that one piece that had that was miscut a little bit. So yeah, that's not a problem at all. So we're going to do that another time. Okay, merge all cables leading from the hot end together with the guide. Don't pull the cables, leave some slack. Yeah. Pitna is a lifesaver, yeah. Yeah, that's this on this and the MK3, yeah. Those things are awesome. Okay, now let's see if I can do this. This takes a little bit of coordination to get this sleeve wrapped around again. I swear they need, well, this might not be too bad, but I'm sure there's an easier way to do this, but it is what it is. They need one of those, it needs to just snap open and snap closed. It'd be a lot easier. But it just takes a little bit of patience. See, look at that. I got about 4 inches already. I know, that's what she said. I know. There we go, coming along now. Man, it's going to take longer to put this sleeve back on than it is to do the actual repair. Isn't that the truth? So it's been quite the busy week for me at the my real job this week. I think because of the lockdown that they're putting us under here starting Sunday, everybody's trying to get everything done last second because, boy, I've got a lot of things to finish up next week that I got started this week. Oh, and hey, you guys probably haven't noticed, but I would love some feedback. Later on, tomorrow, whenever, if you guys go have a look at my channel. I've been working all this week on thumbnails for my videos. I was watching a YouTuber type video on, how to increase presence, etc., etc. And one of the main points they seemed to pound home was make sure that you have decent thumbnails for your videos. So they want the thumbnails to somebody should be able to glance at a thumbnail on your channel and say, okay, this is what it's about. So okay, yeah, oh, he's working on the CR6SE, or he's working on the Ender 3V2. So anyways, I spent a fair bit of time this week working on some thumbnails. So I'd love some feedback if anybody wants to take a time and have a peek at them. So not a big deal, but I was kind of happy with them. It's handy that I know a fair bit about Photoshop. Not a fair bit, but just enough to get me in trouble. Oh, thanks, Paul. Hey, Tripods Garage, how you doing tonight? I'm struggling my way to try and get this darn sleeve back on my Mini. This is the hardest part for me so far. And I'm sure there's a trick to this. Maybe there's not. Maybe it is just pure patience. Because I think by the time I get to the end, I'm going to want to rip it out and say, ah! So, I hear action upstairs here at my house. And I thought everybody was gone to bed. But life with a 4-year-old, It's all good. It's all good. It's the weekend. It's Friday night. Oh, boy. Whew. My hands haven't had this much of a workout since I was 16 and just learning it. No, that's bad. Sorry. Couldn't resist. Bad jokes, bad jokes. Hey, Paul Herman, how are you? I'm probably saying hi to people over and over again because I'm only just glancing at the chat once in a while. So, anyways. Oh boy. Okay, here we're getting close. Home stretch. I just don't want to break any of these thin wires or damage anything, so that extruder wire is going to hang out, which is fine. That's normal. I can see why some people have printers with just all these wires just hanging with a couple zip ties on them. So, but hey, gotta respect the Mini. Gotta respect the Mini. You know, the kicker would be is after all this, I still have the same error, and they get, oops, it was a hot end thermistor. Or the hot end wire, not the thermistor. Anyways, just think of the practice I'll have. I like my Mini so far. It's great. This is the first issue I've had with it the whole time. I mean, the only thing I don't like about the Mini, and I think it's just me, because it's, I know some other people have had the issue, is the textured plate that you can get with these. I have a trouble getting PLA sticking to it, but that's a minor thing. But otherwise, I love the Mini. I really like it. I'm going to plug this wire in now before I go any further. Okay, let's just make sure I plug this back in the right spot. Yeah, I know. I just want to know where to plug it in. So this one goes... Oh, okay, it's the connector on the left, with the red wire to the left. Right in here. Is that the right way, or is it going to go this way? Red wire on the left, this way. There we go. That's connected. Now I just got to finish feeding this, and put the put it back on. Oh, okay. Oh, you can't loosen the grub screw to fix it. Is it clogged with filament or something? Well, it probably is. I was surprised that grub screw worked, because there's a little bit of filament on the bottom of the hot end there, so I was actually surprised it came off as easy as it did. Come on, last little bit. Sure, the last little bit's going to prove to be the hardest little bit. Isn't that always the case? Here, you guys want to get a closer view of my frustration here? There we go. I don't need to zoom in on this, because really there's nothing to be learned here other than patience. Although I think, as long as nobody looks inside my case... where did that wire come off of? That wire came off of here. Well, that's the... don't know what that one is. Oh, that's the heat bed thermistor. Okay. And that goes in the other one right next to the hot end thermistor. Glad I saw that hanging. Okay. So that one is going to tuck in with that one. There we go. That, and then we got the wire retainers here. The big one. Oh, wow. Okay, so let me think about this for a second here. Oh. Trying to make sure I didn't miss any steps here. Okay. Let's get this back on. Where are you going? Okay, I don't remember quite how this was fed through. but I am pretty sure that you go in there. Isn't it funny when you take something off and don't quite remember how it went back on, and I don't want to refer to the original instructions, but hey, I'll figure this out. Oh, I like ciders. I've tried mead. I'm not a big wine drinker, so mead is okay. That's wine made from bees' honey, I believe. Why is this? I honestly don't remember why that is shaped the way it is, unless oh, okay, I see. This is just tight because the wires are kind of all bunched up. There we go. Found the hole. Don't say it. Oh, we have a crying child upstairs now. Somebody's tired and grumpy. Okay. Now we had some zip ties holding these wires in. One there. Another one right here. It's really ingenious the way they've designed this. The zip tie holes and all. You get that way when you go to work at Lowe's, do you? Where's that last hole? Hang on. Right there we are. 3 in, 3 out. Look at that. So, right up the side here like this. Don't want to give it. There we go. Yeah, you could probably hear him. I mean, the mic picks up everything, but again, welcome to live streaming, right? Surprised he didn't come down here. Okay, zip. Okay, no wires are snagged. Everything's where it should be. I think there's one more. Yeah, where did that other one come from? That was in... That's going to hold that down close into there. Okay, good enough. Okay, let's cut these off. I don't know, but for some reason that's a satisfying sound. It's like cracking your knuckles. Okay. Let's get this clip around. And we'll get this screwed back in. What? Did I miss the hole? There we go. No. Got to check something here. Seems like I'm not lined up properly or something. Come on, screw. Why am I not lined up here? Hang on. Let me make sure that it's actually still working here. Yep. Okay, I just wasn't lined up properly. Yeah, everything's slow. Canada Post is slow. My couriers are slow. My goodness. Everybody's slow. Oh, I see what I did wrong here. I had it sort of misaligned here a little bit. Everybody's slow. Yeah, I'm getting... although funny thing is... There we go. That should be good. I've got packages from China recently quicker than I'm getting packages from across Canada. So, go figure. I think it all depends on the courier. Like Prusa, for instance, anything I get from them, they ship via DHL. And DHL seems to be very fast. They're faster than Canada Post across the country. So, yeah. Go figure. Okay. Okay, I think I got everything back together the way it should be. Well, they got a new design Prusa Mini, that's right. They made a bunch of changes in both the Prusa Mini and the MK3. Okay. Okay, just making sure I didn't skip any checks. Final check. There we go. Now we got to power this guy on. Just let me put a few things straighten up here. Grab the let's grab the power pack. Plug her in. See if I qualify as a Prusa Mini repair technician. Yeah, right. Okay. Loading. Let's preheat and see what happens. Let's preheat PLA. Well, so far it's working. Wouldn't even get to that step. Right now I'd have the error already. So let's get ready to test her. PLA, IPA, PLA, IPA. Look at the bottom of that bed, got chewed up. And my rag. Oh, 3D printing Joey, just as you see, IPA, isopropyl, and a soft rag, and Bob's your uncle. I use that for all my printers, even the textured beds, the ultra surfaces that they say you'll wipe the surface off with IPA. I use that. I have no problems. So no problems at all. Okay. We're heating, but... Or are we? I've got flashing lights, but it's heating. I guess the flashing lights are saying it's heating. Maybe it stopped flashing when it's done heating. I've just never noticed them flashing before. Okay, navigate back to the info screen and check the temperature. Rises. The temperature is rising. Good job. Enjoy your printer. I guess I'm going to find out if the midness sensor is set correctly or not. It is above the nozzle, which is good. So yeah, I'll load some PLA in and we'll see. Well, I've got to unload what's in there first. I need to find my spool holder. And let's see, what do I have? Let's load. Oh, let's try one of these. Let's load some Arion Silk Blue. Yeah, I like this color. Whatever. Throw it there. Whoa! Silk Blue. There we go. Okay, well, we don't seem to... Okay, so this might be an issue. The hot end is not heating up, not heating anywhere past 170. So, the hotbed's hot, but the hot end is not going past 170. So, I don't know what that means. I mean, it's definitely heating. Thermistor's in there right. Well, there we go. Preheat default is set to 170. Oh, it is? Oh! Oh, it is. Okay, well then I'm going to... No, it's preheat default for PLA is 215. Let me try PET-G and see if it heats up beyond that. I know it does 170 to probe the bed. It cools down to 170 to probe the bed. But it should preheat for me enough to load and unload filament. Well, let's try filament unload. Let's see what happens. Now it's heating up beyond 170. That's weird. Usually when you preheat though, it should go above 170, so yeah, okay. Well, let's see what happens. That's interesting. Yeah, it's heating up to 215. Filament's unloading. There we go. Okay. Well, now let's load filament. PLA. I always thought that I had it would preheat hotter than 170 before, but I could be wrong. I have known to be wrong twice today. Okay, let's note to self: when you reach around like this, beware of the hot end on the arm. It'll burn the tattoo off. Okay, it's grabbing filament. There we go. I love how this thing just automatically loads the filament. It's great. It's a great little printer. There we go, purging away. And I'm going to say no so it purges a little more. And in the meantime, I will try and figure out where I put my USB key for this. I put it somewhere where I wouldn't lose it. Did I drop it? It's around here somewhere. I don't know if you guys ever notice, if anybody ever runs silk filament. Oh, I see, okay. Okay, cool. I just never noticed that before. But when you, silk filament's cool. When you purge it out of the nozzle, as soon as it comes out of the nozzle and hits the cool air, it just expands. It's really cool. Anyways. Little things that make me go, ooh, that's cool. Where did I put that? I didn't drop it. I had my little Prusa mini key just a minute ago. I'll just have to find something else to print. I'm sure, is it under the... It was right here. I swear to you, it was right here. Oh, right here. Right in front of me. Okay, I just want to see what's on the card. And we'll print something just to make sure this is working. And then... is the color correct? Yes. Return. What's on the card to print? Print. Cog caddy. Let's print a test just for fun. Well, I got a lot of stuff on here. Tree frog. No. Buddy. Yeah. Screw. No, the screw takes too long. Nut takes too long. I'm just going to do a benchy. What the heck? Just going to do a benchy. I've not done a benchy in silk blue yet. So here we go. Let's lower this camera. And then I'll just stream this a little bit. There we go. Yeah. So anyway, no, it's interesting. So yeah, I know it cools down to 170 to probe the bed, and I figure the reasoning for that is so you don't get filament oozing out as it's probing. It's actually quite ingenious, but I'd never noticed before that it won't preheat above. But then again, I always use the unload and load filament command, so that's probably why I've never noticed it. Okay. That means my probe is too high. Gotta lower the probe. I assume. That just didn't sound good. Little dent in the bed never hurt anybody. So we're going to lower this pin in the probe a little. Let's try that. Hope that was the issue. Let's see. I could actually, while I'm waiting for that, Google There we go. Since I've never done this before, how to adjust the height of the midness sensor. Oh, okay, well let's do this properly. I don't want to drive that into the bed again. So there's a procedure actually, I guess, for adjusting the height of that. So okay, so basically I need to make sure that it's off and unplugged from the socket. Steel sheet is removed from the printer. No filament residue on the tip of the nozzle. Well, it is off. Well, it's... But I like to live a dangerous life, so I'm not going to unplug it. Using your fingers, turn the lead screw and move the entire X-axis down. Stop when the tip of the nozzle touches the heat bed. Avoid bending the heat bed. Okay. Okay, make sure the nozzle's clean. Okay, tip of the nozzle's clean. There we go, just touching the heat bed. Place a credit card under the midness sensor or use the tip of a zip tie. Well, okay. What do we do? Well, I knew this American Express would come in handy someday, so I never leave home without it. Place a credit card under the midness sensor. An old unused credit card, the magnets in the heat bed could fatally damage the chip in the card. Oh well. Don't? Okay, what? Don't use my credit card? Oh, it's too... If you're telling me that because of the magnetic and the sensor and the chip in the card, it's too late, Paul. But that's okay. I don't tap or swipe with this card ever. But is that why you're telling me don't? I don't know. Oh, so okay, that's why. Well, too late now, and you know what? Doesn't matter. This is this card is used for specific purposes, and I never ever actually tap it or swipe it. So that's strictly an online. I do. Yeah, I know, Mark. Hey, what do you mean read all the instructions first? Who do you think I am? You've known me long enough. It is recommended to use an old credit card. The magnets in the heat bed can fatally damage the chip in the card. Oh, well, you know what? This expires... Oh, no, it's valid till 2023. Anyways, I can always phone American Express and say I was using this to adjust the midnight probe on a Prusa Mini. I need a new card because the magnets on the mini bed. They just say, here, sir, we'll send you a new card. It's killed. That's okay. Gently press the midness sensor down against the credit card. Tighten the screw on the midness sensor. Do not use excessive force. You may break the printed part. Yes. You may break the printed part after you've totally ruined your credit card. Did that nozzle just slip up? No. No. Okay. And we will... loosen it up a bit more. Okay. Midnight probe against the credit card. Tighten the screw, but not too tight. I'll break my brake and credit card out. Back in the wallet. I was gonna use my debit card, which I use every day. So something up there said don't use your debit card, use your American Express, because you could use the joke about never leaving home without it. It was the perfect card to use. They charge you $7? No. I don't think they charge me. I've never had to replace it. But anyways, as I say, not a big deal for me. Tighten the screw, rotate the lead screw manually to the opposite to move up at least 5 millimeters. Okay, of course, because we've got to put the heat bed back, or the print bed back on. That's at least 5 millimeters. Adjust the layer height so you can skip to first layer calibration. Okay, so we just got to do a first layer calibration, no problem. Always move your bed slowly when you move it manually. And I got a fingerprint on here and it's driving me nuts. There we go. Okay. My streams are always entertaining. I mean, I can at least promise you that. So, okay. Let's give this another shot. That put a pretty good dent in that bed, but it's a good thing I have somewhere. Hang on. Somewhere I have 3 more beds for this. I have a lot of beds, Prusa mini print beds, but this will be fine. Benchy's not printing on that side of it. Okay, let's do the first layer. Let's do the calibration. First layer calibration. Next. Yes. Next. Heating up. You broke it in a red box one night. I just had to replace it after the... I don't know what a red box is. But that would suck. $7 a pop. Oh man. So even if your wallet's stolen, they charge you to replace your card. The amount of interest they charge on these things and service charges, that's just a cash grab, in my opinion. See, there's a delay in these chats. Because here I go laying the credit card down, then I read the instruction, and then I see Paul going, "Don't!" capital letters. Just a little delay. DVD rentals. Oh, okay. Oh, yes, I've heard of that. Okay. I know what you mean now. That's obviously the nickname for them, or the actual name for them. I do know what you mean. Okay, so what to do with an old thermistor? I mean, the wire's good, but you know what? That's how hoarders start, right? Saying, "Oh, this is a good piece of wire. I might need this for something." Drunken idiot and broke my card. Okay. You probably don't even remember what movie you're trying to rent then. Okay. Oh, it's probing the bed properly now. That's a little better. Note to self, whenever I take the Midna probe out to do something, adjust it properly before trying to print. See, I learn as I go. It's a learning experience for everybody. First time I've changed anything in this printer. No, that's a lie. That's a lie. I took the extruder apart one time because I was having issues with it chewing filament, but that was my own fault. I had the screwy doomer thingy tightened too tight, and it was too much pressure on the filament. So I took the extruder apart to clean that up. But technically, I didn't replace anything. But I did order a bunch of spare parts. So yeah, first time I've replaced anything on this. Okay, first layer calibration. Let's see how we're going to do. I say it's going to be fine as is. But then again, I thought my credit card would be fine too, so. Yeah. It could come up a bit. 1300. Oh, I should get this in closer for you guys. I'm sorry. These aren't the best cameras for close-up stuff. What can I say? But that looks like it's doing just fine right there. Yeah. Yep, I think that's going to be good. And to my friend Mark, people are going to, hopefully nobody gets on me about this, but Prusa, if you look them up, these printers are made in the Czech Republic by a company called Prusa, started by a gentleman named Joseph Prusa. And in my opinion, and don't talk to this other guy, Tim, that you'll see on a channel called TH3D, because he would just laugh at me, but in my opinion, Prusa is the Apple of 3D printers. But mind you, he doesn't like Apple either, so... But yeah, these are really well made printers. A lot of people think they're overpriced for what they are, but personally, for what you get and for the service and the quality of the builds and everything, I think they're phenomenal. So that's my opinion. Well worth it. Okay, so that looks like it's calibrated fine. I've got good extrusion. I've got a good... This camera sucks at focusing, but that's a decent bottom layer. So yeah, so we're going to try that benchy again. They're a bit overpriced. Well, it depends on what you consider overpriced, though. I mean, so this was $369 US. I don't count shipping, because you pretty much, shipping is a depending on where you buy, for the most part you have to pay shipping, and if you don't pay shipping, believe me, it isn't included in the price and the markup. So I think I paid $369 for this. We're speaking US dollars right now. So yeah, I can buy a and again, small build volume on this, but let's not, this will do 80% of what I need to do. So I could have bought, what, for $199 or what, $249 something, an Ender or a, oh well, look at the CR6SE. It's a bigger volume, but again, we're not going to worry about that. But just look at any printer in around the 250 mark, and then think of the modifications that people do to them and the upgrades and the let's put an all metal hot end in, you know, all that. Yeah, the Mini is a great price. You can buy 2 of these for the cost of one MK3. So, but by the time you put all the different modifications in, you're going to put a, I don't know, you name it. I don't have a filament sensor in here, so I won't say that. But you know, but improving the hot end and the extruder alone could cost you enough money that by the time you add everything up that you've put into this lower price printer, you could have bought a Mini. So, well, did they raise it to $399? But isn't that for they have 2 versions now? They have a kit. They now have a kit, which I think you basically build everything, and then they have the one like this one was where it's like 2 or 3 pieces, boom, and it's done. But look into it. But I'm pretty sure that $399 is the pre-built sort of one, and then you get one a little lower price. I believe $369 for the kit. I could be wrong, but last time I looked, there was 2 prices for the Mini. So, anyways, I'm going to start the. I don't want to rerun that. First layer is done. Let's return. Let's print. Let's get this going, and then we'll talk more. And I need to find the benchy and print. There we go. Yeah, so I'm just going to look at it real quick right now, because I'm pretty sure there's 2 levels of pricing for Prusa Minis. I don't agree necessarily. Well, for MakerTater, I looked at for the Mini maybe. Let's just see real quick here while I'm on here. I don't have it set up to, I don't have my, I'm testing OSB here. So I don't have a test set up for showing a screen yet, and I'm not going to fiddle with it. But the Mini, Yeah, Paul Herman, you're right. I'm right on the page now. I just got there. $349 and $399. Yeah. So for the kit, they're calling it a Mini Plus. They've added the Plus now, and if you look also on the MK3, it's an MK3 Plus. They've made some changes to it. And 3D Print Joy, I was just going to say that. When I bought my MK3S, i3 MK3S, I opted for I looked at it was a $200 or $300 difference to get it assembled versus a kit with how many hundreds of parts. And I thought, wow, should I? But at the time, I didn't want to spend the extra. And then when I got it and opened the box, I was like overwhelmed, and I like, oh my God, what have I gotten myself into? And I'll be honest, it took me about 7 hours to build my MK3. But it was well worth it. It's an education because you basically get a little sort of behind the scenes knowledge of how these printers actually work. I still have no clue what makes a motherboard work. I don't care, but I know where everything plugs in. I know how the extruder works because I had to actually assemble the extruder from scratch, etc., etc. So the knowledge is worth it, in my opinion, and it also made me more confident in doing stuff like this, like taking apart the hot end thing here and opening up and unplugging from the motherboard, and when I had to take this extruder apart to unclog it and so forth. So it the knowledge that it gave me and the confidence that it gave me in working on other printers, it's priceless. Really, it is. I probably wouldn't have been comfortable even changing a thermistor cable on this thing if I hadn't had some experience with some other, I won't say simple stuff, but building those printers from scratch. Here goes the Benchy. Yeah, Prusas, they're not for everybody, but I mean, again, it's a budget thing, right? So the MK3 is a pricey printer, no doubt about it. I'm dying to get the well, I'm not dying to get it because I doubt I'll ever get it. But yeah, $749 for the MK3S kit, MK3S Plus. So they've done some improvements on it, which it's like, it figures. Like the way they attach the rods and the bearings to the bed now is different. It was zip ties on the other one, and anyways, they've made some pretty cool improvements. So I'll get another one day. But I really want to get the well, not right now, but I'd really love to get the SL1. From what I've heard, they're really decent resin printers, but boy, they're expensive. $1,399 for the kit, and then $1,699 if you want one pre-assembled. So, but I have a Creality LD002H coming in, so that was more within my budget. That was more like $349 Canadian. So. Yeah, I haven't had any problem with the zip tie thing, but I've not really had any problems with that MK3S, but I don't put nearly as much through as some people would, so not a problem. Mika, how are you? Glad to see you. Yeah, I guess assembling your first, but I don't mind. I have fun assembling them, actually. I put together 3 of the Ender 3 V2s, and I quite enjoyed it. And then, what's the other one I have coming? Which I think may require some assembly. I forget what it's called now. I've got a couple of Kickstarter things coming to me eventually, and I'm pretty sure that there's going to be some little bit of assembly work on those. Nothing nearly as much as the Prusa, but it's the way to sell it, right? I mean, but they test all the parts, and as long as you put it together right, it's great. But there's a business to be had there too. I mean, if you enjoy putting stuff together like I do, not that there's everybody and their brother in my city running out buying a Prusa, but there's a thing. You know what? Buy the kit from Prusa instead of paying them the extra $300. Pay me $200 and I'll assemble it for you. So, but I think the Prusa sales in this city, I mean, it's hard to say, but I don't think there's a lot of people in a specific city that buy Prusas. They're pretty much spread out. Do I print as a business? I'm starting to. My main business that I do is it's a digital printing and sign company, so we do digital printing, like everything from business cards, forms, books, posters, you name it, all the way up to wide format banners and signs and vinyl on vehicles, vinyl on windows, vinyl on whatever. And we added 3D printing. That's how I got into 3D printing. We added that service back when I knew nothing. The 2 printers I initially bought for 3D printing are scrap. Right? One of them was given away, and somebody had his set it up and had his kids teaching his kids how to run it, which is great. The other one is in a pile on the floor behind me. It's just scrap parts now. Actually, 3 or 4 of them that when I first got into it, I don't have anymore, because I learned a lot. And so then I got into 3D printing. It was about 2.5 years ago now, for the business. And I do print. Do I have any here? This. I'm doing it as a business, and right now I haven't had time to sell or market anything else. But these things here, you see it in the bottom camera there. There's tons of these designs out there. I call it the COVID key. It's just a key for opening doors and pushing buttons and so forth. I just went and designed my own really quick on Fusion 360. No, on Fusion 360. And so, but I have one customer now that she has bought. Their company has purchased in the last 3 months. They've purchased probably 2,000 or more of these things off of me. So I have basically in my office, I have 4 printers running full time printing these. I just delivered another 195 of them to her today, from my last 2 days runs. And so these printers tonight before I go to sleep, this printer, the CR6SE behind me, and the Arion ER20 over on the floor over here will be running these in this blue. Actually, I'll probably have the Mini run some of these as well. But I can't keep up with them. I'm running these every single day, and then at home on the weekends. So, and I do pretty good. Show which tat? This tat? This one? That's a piece dove. But yeah, and I make decent money on these. I sell these for $1.25 a piece. If they want a name on them, this one is not that good. It's hard to see, but you'll see there's a name that just says KKP3D or kkp3d.com. But I will put a name on it for them, and I'll charge them $1.50 a piece for them. I'll charge them $1.50. But and it costs me 10 minutes to go into Fusion 360 and customize them with somebody's name. And because it's engraved, it's using a tiny little bit less filament, and it's not taking any longer to print. But it's all a matter of perspective and what the customer wants, right? So I don't know what she sells them for. She has a store on Etsy. They're a face mask shop, and they've been selling face masks like they're going out of style, which they are. And they're selling thousands of those, and then they added these things. When I talked to her about them and showed her, she said those would be great. And so people are buying these as add-ons to their face mask orders because it doesn't cost them anything extra for shipping. And so and I've got 5 base colors that I do for them, all silk filaments from Arion. And they're selling like hotcakes. So, and you guys are all makers, and you imagine what that cost me. So it's a pretty decent business. It's paid for 3 of my printers so far, on top of the filament that I've used to print all these things. So, but that's what the business is about. So, where I want to get into with the business is I've been doing a lot of self-teaching of Fusion 360. I think the money is in the design. So I just recently designed a custom phone stand for somebody that wanted to use it as a mold type thing, and I mean, it was a 15-minute design, $35. So I think the money's in the design, because there's only so much you can charge for your filament and your plastic, and really you can't realistically charge 8 hours for a print that's using $4, $5 worth of plastic. Well, you can, but you're not going to get an average hourly rate. Like our design rate at my shop is $90 an hour. I'm not going to get $90 an hour for a 3D printer to run. So yeah. But yeah, I think if you have an item or a niche market, and you come up with something for that niche market, you can make money. You're not going to get rich on it, you're really not going to get rich on it, but unless you build and sell 3D printers or something, but even then. So let's get a little closer. Don't be shy, camera. Well, I got another really cool tattoo up here. It's for diving. I'm a scuba diver, so I've got a diving tattoo up here, and I've got a diving tattoo on this arm. 3 tattoos. That's enough for now. First one scared the crap out of me because I thought it hurt like crap, but I found they were very therapeutic. So this was the biggest one, and this was a 3-hour tattoo, and actually it wasn't bad. Anybody that has tattoos knows what I'm talking about. Yeah, printer parts, definitely. Yeah, I would say that there's a good margin in that too. Definitely. I mean, you look at the businesses, and then filament. I mean, I think the people that are making decent filament and selling good filament are making a good living doing it. So, oh, speaking of filament, I tried. I don't have the other one. I tried for the first time running Arion's rainbow filament, and I kind of like the effect that you get. This is just a bowl I printed on the MK3. And the effect, I love the fact on this rainbow filament. That's a nice looking bowl. That bowl, I could never. It would be, I'd say, 99.999% impossible for me to actually duplicate that bowl. Because what are the chances I'm going to hit that exact same amount of filament in those same colors on another roll of rainbow filament? Then you have a bowl like this. The bottom was just like a green, and the rest of it is almost just pure yellow. So that's the sort of the risk you take with these rainbow filaments. There's very subtle color change in this one, but yeah, that's my first experience with rainbow filaments. Pretty cool. You think the Mini will ever go on sale, Jerry? They had a Black Friday sale, I believe, but I don't know if it was on the printers or if it was on filament or parts. But I know they had a Black Friday sale on something. Travis says, I don't think I'm smart enough to dive. How come? It's not necessarily, it's not, you don't have to be a rocket scientist to dive. You just got to remember a few things. Children dive, right? So you just have to sort of, most of it for recreational diving, most of it is common sense. I mean, I've instructed many people, and some of the biggest obstacle that I've seen people as far as not being able to become a diver is fear of getting water in their eyes, on their face. Oh, let me open my Twitter. A used large format resin printer. How big are you speaking, Jerry? I know you're really into the resin, but I know they have some big printers, but they're fairly pricey. I'm just going to check. Let me check my twits. Uh-huh. Love live streams when you have to answer a text. All about knowing safety things, knowing how long you can be underwater and such. That's exactly right. But you know what? You need to have that knowledge, but also your dive computer basically keeps you safe, but at the same time you have to know why it's keeping you safe. Do I have Twitter on my phone? I don't know if I do. I usually use Twitter on the computer. No, I don't. I'll have to look it up. Okay, sorry guys. This is just an important message I got to respond to. Live broadcast, live streams for you, but in the meantime, enjoy the printing benchy. Jim picked up a deal for $500, dried resin every year, but a great deal according to his post. Oh wow. Jim, I'm just having a brain fart here. Oh, I know who you mean, yeah. But dried resin, you can clean. That's just some cleanup time, right? Cleaning up time. Okay, let me have a look at something here. Can I get on here? There we are. Okay, why am I not seeing? Oh. Yeah. Edutech, that's right, Jim. I just brain fart, right? I'm just looking and saying, Paul, I'm looking, but I don't see the tweet. But let me keep looking. I'm just, to be totally honest, I'm so new to Twitter. I've had a Twitter account for a while personally. Hardly ever used it, and I set up a DeWitt Twitter account now, and I'm just sort of learning the ins and outs of Twitter right now as well. Okay. Anyways, I'll keep an eye out for it. I don't see any notifications of tweets, but I'll keep an eye out for it. So, yeah, I see. I'm on my DeWitt 3D tweet account right now. Tweeterbird account. Tweets and replies. Oh, hang on. Nope. How have I been? I've been good. It's been a good, busy week. Things don't always go as planned. I had another stream planned for this week, as I told you earlier, for the rep box, but that didn't go as planned for the part missing. But Pooch is taking care of me on that, I'm sure. That'll just be delayed. I'm thinking on... I'm going to do... Oh, hang on, come on. I always pop that... I always pop this purge strip off early. I'm thinking on Sunday of building my second... does Prusa determine where it prints, or is it where you sliced it, Tim? Weird placement. Honestly, I believe that was on their... I believe I've got so many things on this card. I believe that was on their jump drive there, pre-sliced. So yeah, it is a weird placement because it's like way back in the sort of the back left corner of the bed. So why they did that, I don't know. Yeah, it's definitely theirs. It's the gyroid infill and all that. Unless I did slice, I don't know if I sliced that because I can't imagine Prusa would put a benchy on their card. So maybe I sliced it and just had it in the wrong position. Could be that I had the wrong bed size set or something. So oh, you're on Facebook? Okay. Yeah, I don't see any tweets, but I'll keep looking for that. In the meantime, there's an email that I'm supposed to, oh yeah, let me know, definitely let me know what you think about that, Mark. I was watching stream today on it, and I wasn't too impressed, but everybody has a lot of different opinions on that. So let me know what you think of that. Let me check. Sorry guys, I just have to check something. There's a mail here apparently. Okay. I don't know if I can fill this out. Oh, maybe I can. Just got to fill something out here, guys. Meanwhile, chat away, and I'm just going to let this... You're the only one in here that drinks? Well, I drink water. I have a shot of Zambuca once in a while. Love black Zambuca. And I like Bailey's. I don't like beer. And once in a while we have some good Jamaican rum in the house. My wife is Jamaican, and we and her mom has a really big stash of Jamaican rum, so we like to drink some Appleton every once in a while, but not often for me. Very rarely. And I will the nut and bolt, yeah. So I'm just looking at 3D printing Joey's comment. You're right. I think it was just the nut and bolt. No, I had the little dog. What's his dog's name? Joseph's dog that he puts on there, and then I had a tree frog. But yeah, I think the Benchy. I must have done the Benchy myself. Let's see. Okay, just gotta fill this out. Kentucky, so it's bourbon. Okay. Yeah, I think there's a couple other things on there too, but yeah. Oh, good looking Benchy so far. Well, I just want, yeah. Let's see. Let's see. Come on, don't do this to me. Nothing worse than trying to fill it there we go. 10. Travis, I learned not to level a pinter while drinking. I would hope not. You learn the hard way sometimes. That's the way it works. Oh, I hate this. Beer here in Aussie land, of course. With the heat, you gotta hydrate. How hot is it down there now, Mika? You guys, you're in summer now, right? Yeah. Sorry, guys. I'm just filling this out, and I don't mean to be rude, but live streams, sometimes things can't wait. And this is something that's got to be done tonight, but I'm just trying to do a little bit at a time. I'll remember not to use my credit card anymore. Well, yeah, well, at least not a good one. So, that's funny. Oh. Yeah, I'd love to. One of my bucket list diving destinations is Great Barrier Reef. I don't know if it'll ever happen, but that's a bucket list item for me. And isn't that near Queensland? High 30s, low 40s. Wow. And humidity, of course, you're surrounded by water. Wow. That's crazy. I wonder if this'll... Can I get that to focus? Come on. I hate that it doesn't focus. Was it an easy fix on the 3D printer? Yeah, it was. Wasn't bad at all. The hardest part was feeding the cable back in through the cable sheath, whatever you want to call it here. The fix itself was real easy, and it worked. Learned a couple lessons on the way. Learned not to put a credit card on a magnetic bed. But I want this to focus. Focus. Darn, that's annoying. It's focusing back here. I want it to focus on the model. So that's the one disadvantage of these. These are not bad webcams. These are the Logitechs, but they don't have manual focus. 1,000 kilometers north of Perth in Western Australia. Wow. Yeah, I'd love to visit there someday. Even if I don't get to dive, I'd still love to visit Aussie land one day. Just there, that's not bad. Stick your hand in front of it for a second. Let me try that and see if it'll hold the focus though. Let me get real close there, and then let's see, what are you going to focus on? Yeah, you still want to focus back towards the back, don't you? That's the one flaw in these cameras, as far as I'm concerned. What it should do is focus on the center. I think they're meant to focus on a face, to be honest with you. That's a good looking print so far. Now this printer prints some beautiful prints. Okay. Hmm. Oops, it keeps coming in out of focus. Hey, NLTMW, how are you? Come on. You didn't miss too much, NLTMW. Well, I did surgery on the Prusa Mini. Replaced the hot end thermistor. Learned how to adjust a Midna probe. And put a little tiny little dent in my print bed, but not a big deal. But she's printing good now. She just won't focus for me. Oh, that might work. Hang on. Let's force it to focus. Oh boy. I need to get me a better camera. He gave us all a Prusa Mini. I bought this one, fortunately or unfortunately, but Laura loves his Prusa Minis. He gave away one on Joel's stream Thursday, was it? Wednesday, Tuesday or Thursday, Tuesday or Wednesday? That was funny. Brian, how are you? Thank you for popping in. I just did a quick repair job on the Prusa Mini, replaced the hot end thermistor. It had gone, and so I had the part for 2 weeks. I figure I may as well stream and show off that I can actually fix a thermistor. So, yeah, and now I'm just doing a test print to make sure everything's running good. So. Yeah, that was funny on his stream there, but when Loyal said, you know, if my name gets drawn, blah, blah, blah. And, of course, what are the chances that your name is going to... It's one in... How many people were watching that? 600 and almost 700 people? And, yeah. Well, just like on my stream that one time, he said there was like 25 of us. And he gave away a couple spools of filament, which was great. And he said, if my name gets drawn 4 times in a row, everybody on the stream gets a Prusa Mini. He had a better chance of doing that than he did of getting his name chosen on Joel's stream, honestly. But his name got chosen, and of course he kept his word, and he gave away a Prusa Mini to the next person drawn. So that's what I always say, Travis. I've won a couple things watching live streams now so far, so I've been very fortunate that way. So, well, I didn't. Well, this is printing. Over 700 viewers. Yeah, that was incredible. Oh, while I'm on here, I'm gonna just where did I put it? I haven't shown this off yet. I was on one of Jerry's streams, 3D printing and painting, and Ziltech sponsored was one of Jerry's guests, and I actually won a draw from Ziltech. So I won a 3D pen, a Ziltech 3D pen, basically just your typical 3D pen, and it came with a few little pieces of PLA, and they also threw in 20 meters in each one, but 10 packages of 20 meter Ziltech PLA samples. So basically enough PLA to keep this pen running forever. So I plan to use this pen. It's great to have, I think, for doing little repairs and so forth on any models and touch-ups and stuff. So that was really cool. So that's the second time I've won something, and I won something on one of Dan DB3D streams. Oh, I got to show you that too. Oh, you have that pen, Paul? Great. I keep meaning to show this. Hang on. Hang on, I'm right here. So, it was on, this was on Dan DB3D stream, when he did his 250 subscriber giveaway that ended up being a 500. I think he hit 500 that time or something by the time that giveaway happened. But anyways, one of the prizes was donated by AVK 3D. They're out of Ontario. They're Eastern Canada. They're in Nova Scotia, Cape Breton, somewhere out that way. Anyways, what I won is this really cool thing. It's basically a replica of the Peggy's Cove Lighthouse. Now I'm going to try and catch it in the right light here. But you can see the way he's done this. The filament is printed on there such that it has it's a 3D print, but it's a very thin 3D print, but the filament is laid out on there in such a way that it gives some really good definition to this lighthouse. And the filament is printed, there's a piece of polycarbonate, and the filament is printed directly onto that polycarbonate on the back in a single layer. It's beautiful. And he included it with it he included, it was really cool. It was packaged with a plate. Let me pull this camera back and show you. A personalized plate with my name. And I was giveaway number 3 of 5. Yeah, so that came with it. So very, very nice. I've got to find a place to hang this in my studio. So yeah, I'm really happy with that. That is really cool. And I love what he's done with this. So really neat method he's got going there. And then, whose stream was I on? I get on too many streams to remember things, but I was on somebody's stream the other day. It was one of your streams, Dan. I just don't remember who was talking about it. But he was talking about polycarbonate and that he builds or uses build plates where he has his heat bed or a piece of glass, then he has a magnetic surface and a piece of polycarbonate. Anyways, I realized that same as I was watching it that I have a whole bunch of these polycarbonate sheets in my office. Dave Petzel. Thank you, Jerry. That's right. That was your stream, Jerry. Okay, that was your stream, wasn't it? Too many streams. I can't keep them straight. Who was who? But anyways, yeah. So I have a whole bunch of sheets of this. So I brought one home. I cut it to the size of my CR6SE, and I printed on it, and it works incredible. The PLA adheres to this thing incredible. And then basically when it's done, it acts like a flexible sheet and it popped right off. I mean, I didn't have it down there properly because I had the edges were up a little bit, but I just wanted to see how well it stuck. So I'm going to play around with that because I have a ton of this stuff at my office that we use in the sign making business. So anyways, that was really cool. Really cool tip. Okay, Dave jumps around. Yeah, I just don't. Yeah, that was probably your stream, Jerry, that I was chatting, that he mentioned that on. Yeah, anyways. I hop around to you guys so much, so try to get on every stream I can. Oh, let's see. Is this focusing for us? Yeah, that's not bad. Let's go around to this side. There we go. Ah, yeah. Oh, it worked really well. You're going live tomorrow, Jerry? Okay, I'm going to keep an eye out for you. I stepped all over Dan tonight, I guess. He looked around, and I think it was perfect timing. We were obviously both lurking at the same time, looking to see if anybody was streaming live. And I said, nobody's streaming live. I'm going to come on and do the Prusa Mini. And then a few seconds later, Dan pops on and says, I was just about to go live streaming, or he did, and then he saw that I was on, and perfect timing. Perfect timing. I'm enjoying this live stuff. Truth be told, I was nervous as all get out when I first started doing one. Dan remembers, but they get easier. They get easier, and as they all tell me, just be yourself, and that's all. That's all you can do. Let's see. Okay. Oh, okay, cool. Oh, so there's another stream going on too. Oh, there's more streams going on now. Okay, I didn't see any. Mind you, it could just be could just be people that I haven't subscribed to yet too. Although I try to subscribe to everybody, so I haven't. Let's see. Okay. I don't see anybody else's live stream, but yeah, it could very well be that there's some people out there I haven't subscribed to yet, but I keep an eye out for everything. Let me click on your link there. Oh, there we are. Okay, no, I'm not subscribed to him. That's why. Ah, okay. Oh, I see you, Dan. You stream cheater, you. I'm just kidding. Okay, there we are. Yep. Yeah, this Hangout streaming is getting more and more popular. I haven't seen John Mack in a while either. Hey, Travis, it's not that hard. It's really not. I used to be one of the shyest people in the world. Okay, this is annoying. Come on, focus. That's looking good. I wonder... I'm going to switch cameras here for a second, and I don't want to make you guys dizzy. I'm going to try something here real quick. I'm going to try something. Doesn't want to stick. There we go. That might be better. Tim. Yes. BCK000. See, it's easy for you to say Tim, but I can't really say BCK000. I guess I can. How are you tonight? Not bad. Doing good. Just say Brian. Okay, well, I didn't know that. Or maybe I did know that, but now I know Brian. But it's going to take me about 4 times to remember your name, but that's just me. Hey, Hack Monkey, how are you? Hey, by the way, anybody that's on this, and this is the, what's the word I'm looking for? The honorary, please like my video. Please like and subscribe if you haven't already subscribed to me. That'd be great. Your mosquito is officially shipped. Our mosquitoes, basically when the fall hit and it got cold out, mosquitoes went away. So maybe they've gone down to you. No, I know what you mean. That's cool. I've never tried a mosquito hot end before. There we go. What's that little... Oh, that's just a... I don't know what that little crack in there. Almost looks like there's a little bit of a crack going on there in the boat. Or maybe that's... is that a... Hang on. Oh, I think that's where the... Anyways, too picky. That's where something starts happening. Okay, almost done this. Almost. We're heading up to Netflix land. Yep. Good. Just give me a like, thumbs up, and then you're allowed to go. But don't leave without it. Should be fun to set up. I also ordered Dragonfly, BMO, and Phaeotis also sent a free Dragonfly BMS. I ordered, see if you guys have ever heard of this. Let's see. Let me see. I can come back to this, I hope. Oh no, no, I ordered, you know what? Let me just see something. No, it's on my other email. I'm going to see. I ordered a hot end. I'm curious if any of you guys, you need a BMO for your ANET ET4. BMO. Dragonfly BMO. I ordered, bear with me 1 second. Yeah, of course you're gonna make me do two-step verification, aren't you, Apple? I watched, who did the ANET? Oh gosh, there's so many people out there. I watched the stream today on one of the ANET products, and oh, he trashed it. I forget his name. Anyways, he was not thrilled at all with the ANET that he was reviewing, considering that he said they're using 1994 firmware or something. Thomas, yes. Thomas Sandler. Yeah. Thomas Sandler, who I watched today. Yeah, I like his brutal honesty. Man, he was like, you could see the disgust in his eyes. So I ordered the edgy follow camera. I've got 2 of those coming. What was the other one? Let's see. I don't know where I put the, I had an email, but it's a type of hot end I ordered. All the review units have gone out, have been train wrecks. Cura 1404, yeah, Cura, that's old, isn't it? Apparently from 94 or something. Yeah, no kidding. And I mean, you know, I think obviously they sent it to him because I can't imagine he would have bought one. Oh, 2014, that's right. Yeah. Not much going on, Tron, just doing that test print here. Still, I'll let this test print go, and then I think it's going to be sayonara sign-off time for me, but a little bit while to go here yet, and I don't mind hanging around, kicking back. I'm trying to find the confirmation for this hot end I ordered. My Ortur laser has shipped. Yay! I ordered an Ortur Laser Master 2 32-bit motherboard laser engraving machine. 40 watt. That's shipped. And I can't find... the hot ends I ordered. Huh. Oh no, you put the wrong spring. Oops, yes. No, they weren't hobby machines in the 90s, were they? They were expensive. Weren't the 3D printers way back then? Didn't they run on a powder of some sort too? Well, I think I could find, unless, hang on, did I file it away here? No. Huh, no, I adjusted my pledge. Huh. I can't find the confirmation email for that those hot ends I ordered. They shipped because I got shipping notification, but hey. There's my Creality 3D print mill confirmation. The add-ons. Yeah, anyways, these different hot ends I ordered, they look pretty cool. They're all metal hot ends. It wasn't the common one. Man. No, it wasn't Micro Swiss. No, I have a couple Micro Swiss sitting in drawers up here. That I don't know why I don't want to use them. It didn't work on one of my old Creality CR20 machines, but that means nothing. That's just the type of machine it was. But damn, I had a confirmation of shipment from the email, and you think I can find it? Nah. Anyways, not a big deal. Nope. I must have inadvertently deleted the email, but that just means I'll be surprised when they show up, because by the time they get here, I will have forgotten. Oh. It does, doesn't it? But it's a credit card. You saw it's a credit card, which basically doesn't work anymore, but it's a credit card thickness above the nozzle. So what are we speaking? A 32nd of an inch? So yeah. Yeah, but the camera angle, I see what you mean. Yeah. But yeah, if there were even if there were a little bit of stray filament to happen there, and that probe catches it, but no, it's not a problem. It's a Prusa. We don't get stray filaments. Objects in the camera are closer than they appear. Or no, they're not. They're farther away than they appear. Or whatever. I need a drink. Well, the camera is looking up a bit, but if I... Oh yeah, actually there's a good 1/16 of an inch clearance there between the probe and the model. Your silk gold PLA is hit and miss? Really? Oh, I have the silk gold back here. I should try that next, just for fun to see. I have a gentleman contacting me locally that wants me to print him some custom guitar pick guards. He wants gold filament. I'm waiting to hear back from him to arrange to pick up the samples so that I can model them up in Fusion 360. And he wants them in silk gold PLA. So and I was going to print them on the Mini because they'll fit on the bed. So that'll be an interesting test for it. So far the silk blue's running well. I think that's I wish this camera would focus a little better, but so far that's a decent looking print. Come on, camera. It killed the hot end, really? Like killed the hot end, or just the nozzle? Geek Tech sent me a silk bronze PLA for free. I've had 5 failed Statue of Liberty prints. Wow. And I've run the bronze a fair bit. Works fine on everything else. Wow. I think some filaments are hit and miss. Oh, come on, camera. Trying to get that to focus better for you guys. I'm sorry about that. Oh my goodness, wow. That's crazy. I have a print. Hang on 1 second here. Well, I was going to just put one more thing in here. Hmm. We're on the 11th of December today. Wow. Yeah, I find I run the silks at 220, 220, 225. So here's the silk bronze. Let me make this camera bigger. Let's shift focuses here for a minute. So here's an interesting fact. I'm trying to print a print here. Now, some people may or may not guess what this is. This is a Fab 365 print-in-place foldable model. This is the second time this has failed on me. Beautiful filament. I mean, that is incredibly nice filament. That's a silk bronze, Arion silk bronze. First time it failed was my own fault. I didn't realize that there was a, in the G-code, in the slicer, I downloaded somebody's test profile for the CR6SE, and in that profile it had told the hotbed to turn off after the 100th layer. I didn't notice that, so this had printed, it'd gone up to whatever 100 layer, the hotbed turned off, and all of a sudden it was off and I had a pile of spaghetti. Okay, fixed that, started this again yesterday. And basically, okay, have a good night, Dan. Thank you so much for popping in. I appreciate it. And I'll talk to you guys tomorrow. Thanks, Dan. So, came home tonight to this thing. It got a heck of a lot further for sure, but it stopped again, and the machine said something about waiting for filament, and it didn't run out of filament. So I have a feeling. I was watching and Chris Neary's today's 3D print stream, and he's had a couple issues with his filament sensor on the 6SE giving a false signal. So I'm thinking that is what happened on this one. Gave it a false signal that it had run out of filament. So I said basically okay, as if I did the filament to continue. I hit continue and it just started printing in midair. So anyways, so what this is supposed to be, and this is again a Fab 365 model, prints with a raft, but these rafts come off super easy. Boom, there's the raft. So now here, this is going to be more exciting on this close-up camera. Whoops, yeah, sure. Me and my flippin' cameras. So here, let's zoom in here. There we go. So this is cool. I love his model. So basically on the back of this guy, so we have his Fab 365. Here, let me do this without getting my big hands in the way. We flip open this guide. We flip open this one. Okay. This folds in. Like so. That locks into place. This folds in like so. And that locks into place. And this one folds down. that comes down, that comes down, or that breaks off. My bad. But anyways, whoops, you can probably tell what that was supposed to be. But had it finished printing, it probably would look really cool. And then that closes up like that. Then the object is that that would open up like this, and then there's two front doors that were going to come on here, and those doors would hinge open. So anyways, but talk about beautiful filament. I just got to get one to print that doesn't fail on that printer. So next print is going to be, I don't know if that'll fit on the Mini, but the next attempt at this is going to go on the MK3S. Because I've already had 2 fails on the 6SE, but I don't think, I think the first one was my fault. The second one I think was a mistriggered or misinformed filament sensor. So I've either got to get rid of that filament sensor and just bypass it, because I don't really need filament sensors, and I agree with what Chris says. This is my filament sensor. I look at the roll and say, yeah, there's enough filament to print this print. Or I look at the roll and say, maybe not, throw on a different roll. So, where can you get this G-code, Mark? I take it you know what that is. Exterminate, exterminate, exterminate. Although somebody exterminated him, he looks like he had a bad day with the doctor. So, you can't get the G-code anywhere. I'll talk to you about it after. I purchased this G-code from and it's not expensive. In all honesty, it's not expensive at all. Go to, let me take that off. Yeah, take these apart and sometimes they break, but this is garbage anyways. I'll get the website for you for sure, and it's only like $2.69. Fab365.net. So FAB, the number's 365. Look at that, Jerry. Pfft. Thanks, Jerry. Fab365.net, and I believe it's $2.65 or something for the STL file. Man, oh, this piece, no, not even good. But I got to reprint that. And then when I get my CR10S Pro back fixed, I may even actually try that at 200%. I love anybody who loves Doctor Who. It's really cool. But you'll like that place, that site, Mark, Fab365. He does some incredible print in place and foldable prints. So just look, you'll find it. Just look up on there under robots. So anyways, it's a shame that, it is what it is, but it happens. But yeah, I don't think, oh, that might, you know what? That will just fit on the Mini. That might just be the next print on the Mini, folks. Yeah. Yep, it's my next Mini print. You love Doctor Who, Jerry? Yeah, it's a great show. Coming back January. I saw a preview for it. January, it's returning. What do you think of the woman doctor? I like her. I think she's great. I wasn't a big fan of the old, the 70s or 80s version of it. My friend Mark on here was a big fan of it, and I remember back, he used to watch it, and I used to think it was the dumbest thing going. But when they, and I still don't like the old one. I know they reference it a lot, which is cool, but when they started the new series here, I remember season 1 out here, or series 1 they call it, and it was gentleman named Mark Eccleston or something Eccleston that played the Doctor, and then it was it Billy that was his sidekick? Anyways, I've loved it since then. I've watched every season since then, and I quite enjoy it now. I hope they keep running it. Tom Baker, he was one of the older ones, right? Billy Piper, that was her name. Yes, Billy Piper. I liked all the Doctors, actually. you know, it's funny because you look back and you say, okay, they were great in the season. Then you think, oh, nobody can ever do it as good as these guys do, as good as this guy does. And then you have David Tennant. I thought he was one of the good ones, and then Matt Smith. But you know, and each time they come out, and then I thought, oh, they're gonna have a woman doctor. I thought that's just not gonna work, but it's working. And you know, it takes you an episode or so to get into it, and then it's like, yeah, she's the doctor. It's so cool. So, anyways, my Dalek is going to have to wait another day. I might just keep this guy, and I'll have Dalek Wars, and I'll say this guy this. I'll print a doctor, and I'll have the doctor zapping this guy, and he just zapped his head right off. She was a pop star? Billie Piper was? Wow, didn't know that. Anyways, we're going to keep him, and then his weapons were blasted right off his body. Yep. What else have I printed lately? Lots of stuff where I'm just concentrating on those keys mostly, but yeah, I don't really have much time. I showed this on another stream, but I got this really cool. This is a Benchy I got that was sent to me from Joel, 3D printing nerd. I had beat Loyal Moses to the punch and bought this first print Benchy off of the printer he was showing that day, so that's really cool. I've got to make a stand for this, and I've got a name for it, and I'm going to put a little display up for it, so that's pretty cool. Very nice. I love that color filament too. That is beautiful filament. So Stargate, Battlestar Galactica, Star Wars. Did you see that Stargate? Prusa had... I was never a big Stargate fan, but Joseph Prusa on their live Wednesday show, they had some famous star from Stargate on his stream on Wednesday. Don't remember the guy's name. Dalek, not Dalek. Dalek, whatever. Dalek. Exterminate. Dr. McKay. Yeah, I forget the actor's name, but yeah, he was. Did you see that stream? That was pretty cool. That's really cool when you can get a famous actor on your live stream. Hewlett. He lives in Toronto? Oh, he's Canadian boy. Okay. Is he Canadian or is he American just living in Toronto? That's really cool. But leave it to Mr. Joseph Prusa to get somebody like that on his live stream, right? Oh, that's very cool. I didn't know that. Mind you, I'm not a fan of his show of Stargate, but hey, David Hewlett. Very cool. But I'm pretty sure that I couldn't call up, I don't know, anybody. I probably couldn't call up any star and say, hey, you want to join me on a live stream? I'm a 3D printmaker in Canada. Oh, did Walter have him on his show first? Okay. Stargate Atlantis. Now, Stargate Atlantis, is that like underwater Stargate, or is Atlantis a planet? The only Stargate I've ever seen was the Stargate movie that came out, I believe, in the 80s. Oh, has he been? Okay. Well, he's a big fan of Prusa, apparently. He owns an MK2. So, and I probably have no doubt that Mr. Joseph sent him an MK3, a new one. Built by the ancients. Okay. The city that sunk. Okay, so basically it's a sci-fi that sort of takes place in history is what we're... Yeah. I guess I should watch the show and find out. Oh, okay. Wow. He gets around. Cool. Well, you know what? If it streams on... I like the movie, Stargate. I love Doctor Who. I like Star Trek. I like all those shows. So maybe if it's on... Okay. Oh, very cool. I like when those guys get involved in stuff like that. You know, it's great. Amazon Prime, okay, and I have an Amazon Prime account, so I'll have to look for it. Here, this camera's doing nothing. Let's get this camera going over here. See how we're doing. Oh, okay, very cool. The ancients got tired of Earth and just decided to fly away. Okay. It's on Netflix as well? I have both Netflix and Prime Video, so I'll see. Okay. You have all of them as well. Okay. Cool. I'm trying to no. Oh, did you guys see? I'll show my little Marvin while I'm here. Or the big Marvin I ran. I don't know if I showed, some of you guys might not have seen this on my other stream. With the big 2-color Marvin. Did that one on the FlashForge Creator 3. Turned out not bad at all. So there was some droopy ears for the overhangs, but considering how big this Marvin is, and then there was a little bit, I cleaned it up a bit, there was a little bit of droopy crotch, of course, on the overhangs, but again, considering the size of that overhang, because this is a massive Marvin, so, yeah. I like this guy. He's kind of scary looking. You look deep into his eyes. So, but the overhangs just around his face on his helmet turned out good. It's hard to see, but that's a Mystic Green PLA with the silver. Those are Prusa mints. So anyways, that's my Marvin. That's for another stream I'm going to end up doing for the FlashForge Creator 3 for the FlashForge folks out there. Got to print one for your store manager? Yeah, that's cool. That's just a Marvin something. I got that off Thingiverse. And they have a single color, 2-color, and a 3-color for a single, 2, and 3 head printers. So, and I had, of course, issue with the FlashForge, and I don't know what it is. I think FlashForge doesn't use micro SDs or SDs. The FlashForge uses a USB jump drive to transfer files, or it'll do Wi-Fi. But I have a feeling there might be an issue with the SD card because this happened twice at different heights in the print. But so basically, the first or the second or third attempt on that, the printer just stopped. Like the nozzle stopped. Heat bed was hot, nozzle was hot, but it just stopped printing. Literally, froze. And the only way I could get it to go is just to reboot the printer. And then all this is just the purge shell that goes around it for the 2 colors. So this purge shell comes off, and then the Marvin comes out of there. I just left that because I've got to send an email into the FlashForge group and say, hey, you know, what's causing this? And I'm thinking it might be a bad USB drive. So, yeah. Yeah, the benches, I like the big benchies. This guy's, I think that's about a 200% benchy that I got from Joel. And then I've got a couple big benchies over there. But, yeah, I've got to send an email in and see what's going on with that printer. I don't know if it's a firmware issue or a thumb drive issue, so. But I guess that's a question. Anybody know, I know with an SD card, you can have a bad SD card and it can cause issues with your print. So I assume if you can have a bad SD card, you can have a bad thumb drive. But is one of the problems that it could cause all of a sudden just stopping in the print for no reason. It happened on this, and then it happened at that height, and it also happened at this height. So that's as far as it went, and it froze at that height too, so just his feet. But the second one went quite a bit further, so that tells me it's not an issue mechanically with the printer. It can be G-code too. Yeah, well, so but if it was G code and it's the same file, so basically, I have two of these. There's another one, I don't know where I put it. Two of these printed perfectly. So first print, successful. Second print, just the feet. Third print, successful. Fourth attempt, just that much. So if it was G code, would it not be the same with the failure in the same spot every time? Yeah, that's what I'm thinking, that if there's a problem on the disk, because each time I plug the disk into the printer, it downloads the disk into the printer. The printer has a built-in hard drive. So yeah. So I'll try a different USB drive. I've got USB drives galore. I'll just try a different one and see. But it's just that, you're 14 hours into a print, and then you come home to this, and it's just heartbreaking. But I guess that's welcome to 3D printing. So, anyways, that's what's happened with that one. But I'm trying to do I want to do a recording and then put up a stream, or not a stream, but a video regarding the FlashForge Creator 3 and the 2-color printing on it and so forth. And I'm just not having any luck I'm trying to get, filming one of these prints. And when these two were printed is when I didn't have the camera on. It's Murphy's Law. So Kira has exported empty files. Yeah, so yeah, who knows? This was, I sliced that, and this was the FlashForge, their own custom slicer. It's called Flash Print. So, but it's worked pretty good for other things. It's worked really well. There's another Fab 365 little robot. Whoop. Little Fab 365 robot printed in that same silk copper PLA, not copper, bronze. So you can go on top of the benchy. Yeah. Oh boy. Oh, he's got a nice collection of snowmen and gingerbread men, the Fab 365. I love his stuff. And then Clock Springs is another guy I like. I'm a Patreon of his, Clock Springs. He does some really nice print in place gearbox stuff and so forth. So I've printed quite a few of his models as well. Looks like the Android. Yeah. I should, here. Let me give you a closer look at this guy. He's pretty cute. His, oh. Like my camera work yet? Come on. He's pretty cute. His arms go up and flop down. Beep 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 beep. Anyways, and yeah, that's again Fab 365 on the back, Android, and so this is the guy. This is the guy that conquered the Dalek. Dalek instead of Dalek. Dalek. He's the Dalek conqueror. There we go. Back to our regular scheduled programming. Anybody who watches this after is going to think I'm crazy. Oh well. Who says I'm not? Wexter. Haven't heard of that one. We almost have a benchy. And it looks pretty darn good. Looks like we're about 19, hang on. Oh, 43 minutes it says left in the benchy. I guess that's about right. I don't know if I'm going to stay up that long. 11:30 here. You are crazy. How long have I been going? Let's see. Stream time is... Sure. Two hours. 2 hours. Oh my goodness. Wexter was a guest on your stream. Great models. Also might have on Photos Mint in the near future. Oh, cool. 2 hour print unless I speed it up to 150. I won't speed it up as it goes, but mainly I just wanted to run the benchy to make sure that the thermistor's working good and that I put everything back together, and it's a good looking benchy so far. It's a great looking benchy. Yeah. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's going to work. So yeah, I'll do the Dalek. Maybe I'll just do a silk blue Dalek. Yeah. Very cool. Anybody got any exciting weekend plans? Oh, I don't know if I mentioned. I think I'm going live on Sunday again, 8 o'clock. I'm debating. No, I'm not debating, because I was going to say I was going to do my Palette Pro 2, but I want to wait until I have the rep box. Oh, very cool, Jerry. Yeah, I'm debating, but I'm going to wait till I get the rep box done, and then I'm going to do the Palette Pro 2 with the Prusa MK3. But I got to figure out where to mount it in here. But I'm thinking Sunday I'm going to build the second CR6 SE that I have on the floor over here, right there. I'm thinking I might build that. I'm not sure yet. So, anyways, tune in Sunday and see what's happening. But I'm going to try and put out a promo video either tomorrow or Sunday morning once I decide what I want to do. I don't have... Yeah, there's a couple things that I want to do yet, but I may just do that. That'll be an easy stream. Change the hot end. How's the rep box doing? The rep box was coming along good. Well, I think you were on part 1, where it just took a long time, and so what I was going to do is my plan for part 2. I didn't know if there was going to be a part 3, depending on how part 2 went. I just started recording. I was going to record and then edit and then just post a video. But as I started to build, the very next step that I was to do was going to be the front of the box that opens. And there was a piece of plexi polycarbonate glass that goes on the front, but that was missing. So I went out to the recycling and I checked through all my garbage to make sure I didn't inadvertently throw it out. And I even went as far as to watch my live stream back as I was unpacking the rep box parts, and it just wasn't there. So I emailed Pooch that night and I mentioned it to him, and he emailed me back the next morning. He was quite apologetic about that and about the fact that there was a piece where the cuts didn't quite line up, and he said that so basically what it turns out, he's going to send me the plexiglass that's got to go in there, and he's probably going to send me, I believe, another one of those pieces where the marks didn't quite line up. So, and I said no problem. I mean, it happens, right? Even though on the packing list it was signed off that it was put in there, it was just nowhere to be found. So he's going to take care of that, no problem. I'm in no rush at all. And so once I get that in, then maybe I'll do a second live stream or recording. I just haven't decided, because really. I did a recording the other night on, I started to do a recording on my FlashForge Creator 3, and what I wanted to talk about on that one for the people that were interested in that particular printer, because there's not a lot of videos out there on it. But I thought I'd give the OBS software, OBS, something streaming. Anyways, I thought I'd give the that OBS software a try, and I set up everything great, except I forgot to add microphones to the streams, or to the the scenes, and so my entire thing was just me doing stuff, talking with no sound. So I can dub stuff over, but it's just not going to be the same. Oh, Pooch's packing job on Joel's video, wasn't that something? What did he? It was how many? Oh God, 6 or 7 or 8 layers of packaging for that. That was priceless. That was great. I'm still streaming, Shane. Got nowhere to go. I'm just gonna let this benchy finish. I may go for another 20 minutes or so. The benchy's got. Well, I may just let this benchy finish and call it a night. I got an early morning a bit. I gotta get up early a bit tomorrow, but yeah. Let me see. Oh, thanks, Travis, for subbing. Appreciate that. The Ender 3 V2. Yeah, that's a great printer, Paul. That's a really good printer. I have 3 of them at the office. The only negative I'll say about the ones I have, and it's just weird, is the consistencies of the build plates. It's the glass build plates with the whatever that surface is you want to call it. You guys all know what I'm talking about. Anyways, it's got that textured surface. So let's just call it printer number 1. When it finishes, the print's just right off, no problem. When it cools down, and they stick beautifully when it's hot. Printer number 2, same Ender 3 V2. Printer number 2, it's a bit of a like pop to get it off. Printer number 3, got to put a scraper under it, get an edge, and scrape it off. So there's inconsistencies in the quality control on their glass beds. So they're all eventually going to have spring steel sheets put on them anyways. But I'm using them as much as I can right now. As I say, they're printing nothing but these things 5.5 days a week. So they're working fine for that. So build tack, yeah, fake tack, build tack. That's I think what I'm thinking of. But yeah. But it's the quality is inconsistent because I have 3 different printers that are behaving 3 different ways when I go to take the prints off. So, but as I say, for what I'm printing, I don't care. The one I have to scrape off, I don't care if I kill the glass. They're going to be replaced eventually anyways. So, let's see. I'm just going back up over the chat here. Yeah, the Ender 3 V2 is a great printer, though. Otherwise, I love it. I actually sent back all my Anycubics to buy those. So, no. They probably don't. They just pump them out. Although I think Creality's got a little better than ANET from what I've heard. At least they're the thing I like about Creality is they use decent boards, and they're using decent power supplies finally. And they've actually apparently on the print mill that I'm going to be getting, the CR30, they've used top-notch belts on them too. So. And I'm happy with them. The CR6 SE is, I think, a great printer. I haven't experienced on this first one anyways any of the issues that some of the other people out there have experienced on it. So obviously they're fixing things as they go along, but I don't care what it is. If you produce thousands of them, you're going to have issues. I mean, heck. So it's not that they're putting out lemons, it's that it's a mass production process, and you have how many different people working on something. Who's to say one guy hasn't had a bad day, and he just doesn't tighten a screw tight enough, or he forgets something. It happens. Show me any production line where that doesn't happen. I'm sure Prusas go out with issues too. So, anyways, Anycubic Predator. Yeah, that's a nice looking printer. I like the Anycubics. I was disappointed with the i3 Mega S's I bought recently because they changed something from the one I have from 2 years ago. I don't know what, but they changed something and I just wasn't happy with them. So I'm an Anycubic fan for the one Anycubic printer I have. And I've got their it's getting late. I've got their wash station for the I've got the Creality LD002H resin printer coming in, and I have the Anycubic wash station for the resin prints, so I like that. But yeah, I'm a fan of that printer I bought 2 years ago. It's running strong, not a problem at all. But the 4 that I bought recently within the last month and a half, they all went back to Amazon because they all had separate issues with them. So maybe that's why they were on sales for such a low price. Nylon on the CR30. Nylon on the CR30. That'd be interesting. Have to be a big enclosure. Yeah, I don't know when I'll get my CR30. I've reached out to Creality 5 different times and asked them if I could get my CR30 early, and they keep giving me the runaround. So I'm not a big enough maker. I don't have a big enough channel yet. So I figure I'll get it in March or April. So even though my friend Richard from the First Layer has offered, he said he'd come over and do the unbox and build with me. He's got a lot of subscribers, but they don't want to bite. Loyal, welcome to the stream. Loyal, this is a mini. You see running right here. This mini, you missed the surgery. The mini underwent surgery to fix its hot end thermistor, and surgery went well. There was a little hiccup in the recovery. It dented its bed. Not my fault. But yeah, I'm just doing a test print here to make sure that I did everything right and put it back together. So yeah, I know your love for the minis, hey? But I took care of it. I didn't abuse it, and it's doing well. So rest assured. It was lonely sitting over there, so I figured I'd better pull it out and get it fixed and get it running. The exchanger on the under 3s, on the under 3 V2s as well, they changed to press fittings. I didn't really notice that. I'll probably end up changing those out as well eventually. You've never seen a mini before. You're giving too many away. You got to keep one or two for yourself. It is, well, I'm going to say next to the MK3, it's my favorite printer. That's why I hated to see it sitting so long. But yeah, well, definitely good. Apparently they've got an updated version now too. They've I don't know what it is or what else they've changed, but when I was doing reading the instructions for repairing it, apparently I have the old style. Well, I can't imagine this thing's outdated already, but apparently there's a newer version. Cool. You bake cookies. Cool. I was going to get one of those Christmas ornaments from you too, Loyal, but I didn't see any shipping options to Canada. But that's okay. Next year. Next year. Actually, yeah, that's a good idea. And LTMW. You mentioned that before. I should do some funky colors. I watched a video today. Prusa put out on the MK3S. They did a punked version of it. Was that ever cool? or it was somebody that did a punked version of the MK3S. Was that ever awesome how they did that and how it looks at the end? So cool. Super chat. I only have about another 700 and something viewers, 700 and something subscribers, and I'll get my super chat button. Hey Loyal, can I send you an invoice for those super chats? I'll put it towards my second mini fund. Super invoice. Oh, too funny. Oh. I'll bet if we did a draw right now with 12 names, your name wouldn't come up. I couldn't believe your name came up in Joel's draw that night. That was funny. What are the chances? What are the chances? I hope you bought a lottery ticket after that. Net 30. Net 30's okay. I usually allow my other customers 45 to 60, but yeah, I can do net 30. Yeah, what are the odds? I mean, it was 600-700 people in that draw entry, and it's like, wow. Oh, low battery. Okay. Cutting Christmas trees at work, yeah. Yeah, that was funny. Yeah, I think you had a better chance of your name coming up 4 times on my stream that night than you did of your name coming up once on Joel's. Yeah, that was like lightning striking. Yep. But hey, it was meant to be, right? So. Paul, you got a lot of good streaming ideas, and I bet there'd be a lot of people who would love to see that. Afraid to win. Oh, it was their first printer. Oh, that's great. That's really great when that happens. And what a good first printer to get, right? So, man, if the print bed on this thing was just a little bigger, just like, oh, I would have bought 3 or 4 more of these for printing these, but I can't not quite get. I can get 8 up of these on a 235 bed, but I can't quite get. I think I'm only getting 4 up on this print bed. If it was just a little bit wider, I would have been buying these to print these keys for me. Wear a hat and bandana for disguise, or just the Batman mask. Nobody would recognize him there. Or just glasses like Clark Kent. But if I keep printing these COVID keys the way I am, I may end up buying a couple more MK3s to help with the production, because I think the MK3s would speed them up that much more. And what are the chances that you guys would all sit through a live stream of me building an MK3? If you guys would all sit through the live, if you guys would all sit through a stream of me building an MK3, and Loyal agreed to come on and super chat the hell out of me, even though I don't have a button, I'd do it. That would be a long stream though. With all the chatter and everything, it took me 7 hours to build my first one. Okay, so I've got the experience, so I could probably build one in 5 to 6 hours. But with all the chat and everything, that would be an all-day stream. I could do that. You don't like me for 7 hours of streaming? Oh, that's funny. I don't think I could take 7 hours of me talking either, so. No, sir. Oh. I know people watch, like what did I hear the other day, that there's actually streams of people like something about people slapping each other or something, and people watch. Anyways, there's some weird stuff people watch. Oh wow, so you got an MK3S sitting there waiting to be built there. It's a fun build, but I do warn you, you have to eat those hair bows in the order that they say, or things will go wrong. Trust me, I know. Yeah, I want to do another one of those, because that was actually quite fun to do, educational. You probably have a hotline to Prusa. Say, Joseph, yeah, it's me again. Guess what? So yeah, I think I will. Sunday night. For anybody that wants to watch Sunday night, if you care, I know you've already seen one, but I'm going to build the CR6 SE again, the second one I have on the floor here. So, because I can put it to work right away, actually. So the more printers, the better right now. So, yeah. So CR6 SE on Sunday night, part 2, version 2. Version 2 CR6 SE. Oh, and Loyal, I haven't forgotten you. I still have these guys to send to you. And I'm going to be sending a couple other things as well. So I'm just waiting to put a package together. I'm going to be running my stickers hopefully this week. And I'm also, I've come up with an idea for a unusual type of maker coin for my channel. It's not even really a maker coin, it's a maker piece. So I'm going to design that within the next week, and it's going to be a 3D printed piece, of course, and you'll get the first one. So I have the ideas up here right now, and it's to get the idea from here into Fusion 360. So I'm pretty confident that I can get that done in the next little while here. So that's gonna come out soon. And you probably saw that I do have SS Loyal here as well, so I have plans for him. I'll put him on top of my dead Dalek. I'm curious though, when the day comes when I do actually, if I do, I'm not going to say when because that's too presumptuous, but if I ever get to 1,000 subs, that's the magic number, I know. I wonder if I contact certain companies if they would sponsor 1,000 sub giveaway. I don't know. I know that I guess it doesn't hurt to ask, right? You don't ask, you don't get the answer. But I think that's what I'm gonna maybe try. I would love that to happen, but I only think it may be 500. But when I get the CR30, the print mill, I would love that to happen. But if I get my buddy on over here, my buddy Richard over here, yeah, that might. Yeah, and if he gets some of his viewers to watch, then hey, that might happen. So we'll see. But yeah, I'm a little shy about reaching out to people like that. I hesitate to reach out to companies and say, hey, because it's like, well, who the heck are you? It's like, but you know what? Nothing ventured, nothing gained, right? Looking good so far. Oh, here. Let me get this on the big screen. That looks really nice. I don't expect anything less from the Mini other than a perfect benchy. Yeah, I guess I could put the feelers out now, but it's only 307 subs so far. But I'll probably do something for 500, but I'll probably just fund it myself. I got spare glasses I can give away, or some side cutters. But no, for 1,000, I definitely do want to reach out for something for 1,000, because 1,000's kind of big. I doubt very much whether. Yeah, that's true. That's very true. So. Very true, Jerry. I agree. Yeah, I will reach out. I will reach out to them. So. Yeah. Because I figure if I get Brian and Richard both here, if they would do that, and if he mentions it to his subscribers on his channel, which is the first layer, that could draw a lot of viewers over to my channel. That might just be a really good thing to have happen, but it's just a matter of when I get that print mill in. So, Brian, if you're listening, if you're probably not on anymore, and Richard, if you're watching this later, yeah, I'd love you and Brian to come out and do that CR30 with me when the time comes. Unless you happen to get one before then, which might very well happen. So. Yeah. And you always get people that just subscribe just to get involved in a giveaway, and then day after the giveaway your subscriptions are going to go down a bit. But hey, that happens. Oh, look at that bridging. Oh, this is cool. Look at that mini bridge. Oh, I hope you guys saw that. Oh, the camera wasn't high enough. There is... Oh my... there is zero drooping in that bridging. Love this printer. Wow. Loyal, you should get yourself one of these printers. These are great. Get you up a bit higher here. Whoops. Here, let's do this. You guys can look at my ugly mug for a minute while I put this back on its tripod. Good quality in them. Yeah, I was surprised the Mini doesn't have a sock on it either. I can probably put one on. Oh, I wish I had that camera up higher like that earlier when it did that bridge across the roof. That was perfect. That was too perfect. Oh wow, that's cool. Yeah, I posted. I did a post on a local. We have a neighborhood. It's an app about neighborhoods, and I did a post on the neighborhood app here about 3D printing services. And I've had 3 people inquire about designing and printing stuff already for them, including that guy that wants the custom guitar pickguard. So you put your name out there, and anything can happen. Yeah. Numbers do mean nothing, really. I agree. Plus, you need 4,000 hours, right? And even then, just because you get that and you start getting monetized, I've talked to other YouTubers that have multi-thousand subscribers and whatever, and they make, what did one guy I heard said made $65 last year. And it's not easy. I mean, YouTube doesn't give money away. I think you got to be really, really big. I would think, let me think for a second. Who's one of the biggest channels I know? Angus at Maker's Muse. He's got almost 500,000 subscribers. I imagine he makes not a bad little bit of money from YouTube there, because he gets, again, tens of thousands of views on all his videos too. So I think that's what it is. But then again, look at this kid named Ryan's World. I don't know if you guys have ever heard of Ryan's World, but check it out on YouTube if you haven't. He has 20 something million subscribers, and I believe I heard on the news last year he was the highest. He made the most money, the highest earner on YouTube, with $22 or $23 million from YouTube last year. This kid is 9 years old. 9 years old? 9 years old. Ryan's World, yeah. He unboxes toys. He started by unboxing toys. Now he has his own line of toys in the stores. His parents are laughing all the way to the bank. His parents are involved in his videos, but it's incredible what people will watch, and it's incredible what will go viral. So wow. Yeah. Yeah, YouTube takes 30% on the super chats. 30%, but yeah. Well, it's the cost of doing business too, right? So basically, if you're a YouTuber full time, and that's your income, it's a business. So just like any business, you have expenses you have to pay to make money, and basically you're paying a supplier, and in this case YouTube is your supplier. In a sense, they're supplying you with the space to produce your product or to sell your product, and they're charging you for that space. So basically with YouTube, you're paying rent in a sense by them taking any money that's donated to you through their platform. Yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah, of course. Without YouTube, none of us would be here, right? So I think, 30%, if you think about it, what's the, that's not bad, because in my business, if I get a 30% markup on something that I've bought that I'm reselling, that's not a bad margin at all. So, and in this case, if you're buying something, people are giving you $1, YouTube is taking 30% margin, basically. Yep. That is a nice looking benchy. I'm kind of proud of you, Mr. Mini. There's a few strings in there, but that's a result of the filament more than anything, because of course this benchy is going to be sliced just perfectly for the Prusa Mini. Gotta love Google, yeah, of course. Wish I'd invested stock in Google years ago. Back then it was just a silly name. Now look at it. %30 is not bad at all, no. And how else can you reach an audience this big? You can't, like YouTube. Well, I suppose Twitter, which you're not going to do a live stream on Twitter, and I suppose Instagram a little bit, but yep. So no, it's not that bad at all. Did I just knock this thing off course? I did. You watch. My bad. My bad. Sorry. I hit my mouse. I bumped into my mouse. Benchy's finishing. There goes the smokestack. 5 minutes left. 5 minutes. Last call. I agree, NLTMW. Build a website, try to attract people, good luck. That's like, I'm going to be opening an Etsy store one of these days here. People say, why don't you just build a website? It's cheaper than Etsy and you can just sell your own stuff. And I said, yeah, Etsy has basically millions of people that go to it and search for stuff. My website has nobody going to it searching for stuff. So you're right, it's the same thing. Do live streaming on your website, put videos up, but good luck getting this many people to them to find them. So yeah, last call. 5-minute warning. Smokestack's coming up, and then we're going to look at the benchy, because I don't expect to see anything wrong with this benchy because of the printer it's on. And if I see one flaw on this benchy, this printer, out to the recycle bin. I'm serious. Dead serious. Okay, Travis, see you later. Thanks for popping in. Appreciate it. I knew, Mika, you're the first one to speak up for it. Yeah, I figured you would. You have to come pick it up. I don't ship for free. Then I can get version 2. No kidding. That would be an expensive Mini. But hey, if you've never been to Canada, it's worth a trip. Just about done. That is nice. That's great. And then I'll have to make sure my Dalek's going to fit on there, because I really like to get the Mini to print that for me. I trust it. I trust it'll work. You don't want to come here now. It's too cold. We had a great December. We just started getting cold now. Minus 14's our high for Sunday. Minus 9 tomorrow. But it was bound to come. Summertime here is beautiful, though. Okay, down to the last minute. Sorry guys, the bar's closed. Well, it looks like my Mini surgery was successful tonight, guys. So does that make me an official Mini repair technician? No. 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 Does that mean I can follow instructions on the screen from Prusa? Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, Tron, right. 3 to 4 hour per visitor retention time. Wow. And I think in 5, 4, oh, not quite. Oh, knock the camera over. Okay, there we go. Nice looking benchy. Come on, benchy. Let it cool off a little bit. Oh, there we go. See how the bottom layer turned out. Nice. How's the back? Can we read that? Yeah. Or can we? Yeah. But can you ever really read that? Look at that. Now, would you expect anything less than this perfection from a Prusa Mini? A little bit of stringing, as I said, not a big deal. The smokestack is beautiful. Let's get a nice close-up of that. Look at that steering wheel right through that window. It just lines up perfectly. That's nice. That's nice. Now, where's the other benchy? Because every benchy needs a friend. Okay, Jerry. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. Yeah. Hey, Matt, 1UK 3D printing. Thank you. Yeah, we just fixed changed the part on the Mini here, and yeah, I spent a good couple hours dialing it in, and yeah, no, this is just really right off the printer, perfect. Really cool. But for all of those of you who weren't on the stream that other night, so I learned that you can take 2 benchies. I don't remember who showed me this. If you're on the stream, forgive me. 2 benchies, and that you can actually take these and perfectly stack them. Benchies can stack. Look at that. See? And just like Lego. And I'd love to know if whoever designed the benchy did that on purpose. So, dual benchies. So let's take one last look, because this is seriously worth looking at. I mean, one of the best printers, one of my favorite printers of all time, this Prusa Mini, and it doesn't get much better than that. Even the bottom layer, whoops, even the bottom layer on that, you know, does not get much better than that. Yep. So much for a family-friendly stream. 2 benchies going at it. Yep. We had penetration. Oh boy, that's funny. Okay, well, everybody that's still watching, thank you so much for popping in. I appreciate it. This was just meant to be a quick stream on me repairing the Prusa Mini. But as always, these streams, you guys come on and we end up in some really good conversation. And that's what I love about this community. It's great. And then, you know, to top the icing on the cake, Loyal Moses pops in. Thank you very much for dropping into the stream. It's much appreciated. Yeah, this is... I don't have to tell anybody about this thing. This is a great printer. I should do more streams on it just for fun. Give it some torture tests. I'll do the Dalek that failed twice on my other printer and see if I can get it to go on that. But anyways, Sunday night, 8 p.m. Hopefully I don't stream the same time somebody else does, but I've been lucky. The last few Sundays I've been lucky that nobody's been streaming at that same time. So I'm going to do the Creality CR6 SE, my second one. I'll build that one. It should go a little better this time because I'm familiar with it and what's going to happen. So I appreciate everybody hanging out with me as always, and I hope to see you guys all on Sunday. You guys have a wonderful evening. Everybody stay healthy, everybody stay safe, and say hi to a stranger, smile to a stranger, because you never know who they could be. And, you know, they just might need that smile. So thank you guys, everybody. And we'll talk to you guys all next time. Have a wonderful night. And check out my other videos. Check out my thumbnails. Let me know what you think about them. And we'll talk to you guys on Sunday. Take care.